stop thinking about Limit. Why is Ada always on my mind? I think I'm falling in love. We'll never let Limit be with Ada. We'll make her life a living nightmare. Everyone against her. Make sure she never have any moments of peace. Limit is mine. They think they can break my spirit. I'm not giving up. Both the school and Limit.
Episode 2. So Ada sat in her history class, the lesson about ancient civilization drifting into the background as her thoughts wandered to Limin. She was thinking about his confident stride, his smile, and the casual way he pushed his hair back, and that captivating love at first sight that the both of them shared. She couldn't shake the feeling. As the teacher continued to speak, Ada found herself doodling little hearts in the notebook, her mind replaying their brief interaction. Even though they were in different classes, she couldn't help but think about him constantly. What was it about Limin that made her heart race? Meanwhile, in his business class, Limin was also distracted. He glanced out the window, his thoughts drifting back to Ada. Her smile, her sparkling eyes had left a lasting impression on him. There was something about her that caught his attention, something that made him curious about the effect of her beauty and smile she had on him. Could it be that she felt the same way? The elegant halls of Gion High School echoed with the sound of heels clicking against the marble floor as Hannah made her way to an expensive garden. This was where she often meets with her closest friends, a place where she could plot and plan. Hey, Hannah, what's the emergency? Hannah took a seat, her expression very serious. We need to talk about the new girl, Ada. Minsio raised an eyebrow. The scholarship student, what about her? Hannah's eyes narrowed. She's getting too close to Limin. I saw them together this morning and there was something between them. I can't allow that. What do you want us to do? They asked, leaning. Hannah smiled, a cold, calculated smile that sent shiver down their spine. I need you both to come up with a plan to make her life here unbearable. I want her to regret ever stepping foot in this school. Leave it to us, Hannah's friend said. We will make sure she knows her place. Minsio nodded in agreement. We will come up with something that will keep her away from Limi and remind her that she doesn't belong here. Hannah leaned back, satisfied with their response. Good. I trust both of you. After Ada's first meeting with Limi in the school hallway, Ada felt a mixture of emotions swelling inside her. She decided to walk home, hoping that the fresh air would help clear her mind. As she walked, she replayed the encounter in her head, feeling a flutter of excitement. She heard the purr of an engine behind her. Turning around, she saw an expensive sports car pulling up beside her. The window rolled down, and to her surprise, it was Limin. Ada, he called out, a warm smile on his face. Need a ride home? He asked. Ada had skipped a beat. Limin, what are you doing here? She asked. I was just passing by and saw you walking. Hop in, I will give you a ride, he offered, his eyes twinkling with kindness. Ada hesitated for a moment, but then nodded. Feeling a tree of excitement, she opened the door and slid into the passenger seat, the luxurious interior of the car enveloping her. Thank you, she said, fastening her seatbelt. Limin smiled and started driving. No problem at all. So where do you live? Ada gave him directions and they chatted casually as they drove through the city. The conversation flowed effortless and Ada found herself laughing and smiling more than she had in days. As they approached her neighborhood, Limin glanced around, taking in the surroundings. This is a lovely area, he said. It feels so warm and welcoming. Ada smiled, feeling a sense of pride. It is, she replied. Limin pulled up in front of Ada's house and turned off the engine. He looked at her, his eyes soft and sincere. I am glad I got to spend more time with you today, Ada. Ada felt a blush creeping up her cheeks. Me too, Limin. Thank you for the ride, she said. Limin reached out and gently touched her hand, his finger brushing against hers. The touch sent a shiver down her spine, and she felt her heart racing. "Anytime, Ada," he said softly, his eye locked into hers. Ada's cheek flushed even more, and she quickly unbuckled her seatbelt. "I should go. Thank you again, Limin." With that, she opened the door and hurried out of the car, a heart in her chest. She glanced back once more, seeing Limin's warm smile before she rushed inside her house, feeling a wild wave of emotion. Ada's first day after Hannah's meeting with her friends started off like any other. She walked to school with a spring in her step, looking forward to the new day. As she entered her classroom, she noticed her classmates whispering and throwing her curious glances. She brushed it off, attributing it to her status as the new student. During her history class, she tried to focus on the lesson, but the constant giggling and whispers from her classmates made it difficult. She glanced over at her friends, Jiyun and Sojin, her friends, but they avoided her gaze. By lunchtime, it was clear that something was wrong. When Ada approached her friends to join them, they quickly made excuses and left. Ada felt hurt but tried to stay positive. Ada was rushing through the school hallway, her arms full of books. She was running late for her art class, but she didn't want to miss another minute. Her mind was focused on making it to class on time, so she didn't notice one of Hannah's friends, Yana, sticking her leg out in her path. Just as Ada was about to pass by, she stumbled over Yuna's leg. Her books went flying. She felt herself falling forward, her heart racing, expecting a hard collision with the floor. But instead, she felt strong arms catching her and lifting her up in a smooth, graceful motion. Ada blinked in surprise, and she found herself in Limin's arms, held securely in a bridal style. The students around them gasped and then started cheering, applauding, their faces light with excitement. Lemin looked down at Ada, his eyes filled with concern and a hint of amusement. "Are you okay?" he asked, his voice gentle. Ada's cheeks flushed with embarrassment and gratitude. "Yes, I'm fine, thank you, Limin." Limin smiled warmly, his hold on her firm and protective. "Seemed like this is the second time I've caught your books from falling." Ada couldn't help but smile back, her heart pounding for a different reason now. She quickly gathered her scattered books, still blushing. "I guess I'm making a habit of it. Thank you again, Limi." With a final smile, Limi gently set her down and Ada hurried off to her art class, her heart still racing from the unexpected rescue. As she entered the classroom, she couldn't help but feel a newfound sense of gratitude for Limin. The next day, news about Limin hugging Ada in the hallway got to Hannah, and she planned a game for Ada. As Ada sat down in the history class, she felt something sticky on her seat. She tried to get up, but her skirt was stuck to the chair. The sound of laughter echoed through the classroom, and Ada realized what had happened. Someone put glue on her seat. She struggled to stand, her face turning red with embarrassment. "Why would someone do this to me?" she thought, her eyes scanning the room for help. But no one came to her aid, because Hannah has told each and every one of her classmates that they should not help her. Instead, her classmates continued to laugh and whisper. The teacher walked in and noticed what was going on. "What's going on here?" he demanded. One of the students pointed at Ada. "She stuck to her chair, sir," he said, and the other students started laughing again. The teacher looked at them and stopped them from laughing and told them to be kind to everybody, especially to the new girl, Ada. The teacher's expression softened with pity as he looked at Ada struggling to free her skirt from the glued chair. Someone get some water and help her. This behavior is unacceptable, he said. That was when the students tried to help Ada to free her from the chair. After freeing her, the teacher told her to go to the bathroom to clean herself up. Despite the teacher intervention, Ada felt sad. As she finally got up and made her way to the bathroom to clean up, she fought back tears. That was when she saw Hannah and her friends in the hallway, and Hannah watched her with a smug expression on her face as Ada struggled to clean her skirt. "Looks like you're stuck, Ada," Hannah said, laughing at her. "Maybe you should think twice before trying to fit in where you don't belong, and leave Limin alone. He is not yours and will never ever be yours because he is mine," she said, and laughed at Ada with her friends, and they all walked away. Ada couldn't help but think if liking Limi was worth it. She ran into the bathroom, looked at the mirror, and promised herself not to cry, that she is stronger than that she has faced so many things, and the likes of Hannah and her friends will not make her to give up this anything, including Limin.
Next episode on Dreams and Destinies. My new school is my worst nightmare. The queen being Hannah has been making life difficult for me. She almost made me to lose my scholarship. But I won't let go of Limi because of her. I'm falling